Morning, my fellow Durbanites and fellow South Africans. Junior again. Now I said I wasn't going to be making any videos from my car, but if I'm not driving, then I suppose it's fine. Just trying to get my bloody camera set up properly here. I don't have the best camera equipment. I bought another phone the other day, so the camera quality should be a little bit better, I hope. Yeah, I'm just going to carry on from where I left off the other day. Where the guy had picked me up and taken me to a private rehab after I prayed to God that I was going to end my life. He sent that guy, and just out of the blue he picked me up, took me to a private rehab, paid for 38,000 for 28 days. He didn't know me from a bar of soap. So yeah, while in the 28-day program, got through my withdrawals, and he came to visit me once. His name's Richard, multi-millionaire. I didn't know this at the time. Came to visit me once, and yeah, it came towards the end of my 28-day program, and I think it was on the 26th day or 27th day. My what's his name? My counselor or therapist called me and said, "Gene, have you got a plan for when you leave here?" So I said to her, I don't have any plan, I don't have anywhere to go. She said, well, unfortunately we can't keep you here, and if we let you go, you're going back to the streets. And I wasn't gonna allow that to happen. But I didn't know what to do. So once again, I went on my knees that night. I think it was the 27th or 26th night of my program. I went on my knees and I prayed to God. And funny enough, it was the exact same words that I remember using in this prayer that I prayed to God, and I said, I need your divine intervention in my life right now. Those specific words, divine intervention in my life right now. I said, God, please. And before I carry on with what I prayed, what I asked for, I just need you to remember that many years ago my dad sent me to a rehab in Limpopo. That was when my dad was still helping me. Sent me to a rehab in Limpopo, and it was on a private game farm. Very, very nice. Private rehab as well. Cost a lot of money. For 6 months. And I really, really did well there. I stopped smoking. I, started training. Ran, I don't know how many marathons. I really did well. So, coming back to my prayer, while I was praying, I said to the Lord, God, please, if there's any way, please, that you could get me back to this rehab. I don't know how, but only you are capable of arranging something like that. I would really, I will thrive, and I will commit to it, and I will do it, and I will finish the 6 months, and I will stay on longer and become a staff member and do the whole thing, and stay clean. And so after that prayer, the next day, my therapist calls me. She says, Gene, Richard is here to see you. The guy who was sponsoring me. And so I said, oh, okay. So I get down to the office, and sure enough, Richard is there. Hey, he shook my hand, gave me a hug. He said to me, Gene, I'm so proud of you. I'm glad that you've completed this 28 days now. And I just wanted to come and tell you that this is only the beginning. I was shocked. I was like, what? He said to me, yeah, this is only the beginning, my friend. I've paid for you to get through this 28 days. This is basically just a detox for you. But I have now arranged for you to go to another place, which I've already paid for up front, eh? He paid it all up front for 6 months. I won't mention the amount, but it was a large sum of money. And I said, yes, Kenya, thank you so much. I was stressing about where I was going to go. And when they gave me the papers that I had to fill in, for the place that I was going to go to, it was for exactly the same rehab that I was at, that I prayed to God about the night before. I can't believe it. I get shivers when I talk about it. It's unbelievable how God can work in a person's life like He worked in my life. And yeah, when they gave me the papers, it was exactly for that same place that I asked God for. So anyway, I signed the papers and that was it. I waited 2 more days and I was on the road. He stopped, bought me a whole lot of new clothes, bought me a whole lot of new stuff for this new chapter of my recovery, and that was in Limpopo on the border, on the Botswana border. And yeah, I'm gonna cut this one short. I'll speak and carry on with the story. It's amazing. This is a testimony that you cannot believe. About how God really answered my prayers, like instantly, Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna remember this is me now on the way to Limpopo to that rehab. I don't want to mention names on social media, but very, very, very good rehab, and that was the start of a chapter, start of a journey of my recovery that really I'll talk to you about that in the next part. Thanks, my fellow Durbanites, my fellow South Africans. Thank you for listening. Please hit me a follow and share this. Even if I can help one person out of 1,000,000, that's all that matters. You know what? Even if one person can turn their lives around, and one addict can turn his life around and give his heart to Jesus, that's more than good enough for me. I'll spot you on the next one.